In a move that has sent tremors throughout the nation, President Cyril Ramaphosa has reportedly threatened to remove Paul Mashatile, the ANC's powerful deputy president, from his parliamentary seat, a development experts are calling one of the most audacious power plays in South Africa's post-apartheid political history. Sources close to Luthuli House say the threat is part of an escalating struggle within the African National Congress, ANC, exposing deep divisions that many analysts warn could reshape the country's political landscape for years to come. The confrontation reportedly stems from a combination of ideological differences, personal rivalries, and a battle over control of the ANC's parliamentary machinery. Mashatile, a veteran politician with deep roots in the party's grassroots structures, has long been seen as a counterweight to Ramaphosa's leadership style. Over the past several months, his influence within parliament has grown, with insiders claiming he has successfully marshaled a coalition of ANC lawmakers who are increasingly assertive in challenging the president's policy agenda. Political analysts describe the tension between Ramaphosa and Mashatile as years in the making. While Ramaphosa has presented himself as a reformist and a technocrat committed to anti-corruption measures and economic revival, Mashatile represents a faction within the ANC that emphasizes loyalty to party structures and historical alliances. The growing influence of Mashatile has reportedly frustrated Ramaphosa, particularly as key parliamentary votes and policy initiatives have not gone as smoothly as the president hoped. According to sources within Luthuli House, the confrontation reached its peak during a recent closed-door strategy session attended by senior ANC officials. The meeting reportedly turned heated when Ramaphosa raised the possibility of removing Mashatile from parliament, a move he justified as necessary to protect governance integrity and ensure legislative coherence. Mashatile, according to attendees, responded with a calm but firm warning, reminding the president that any attempt to sideline him could trigger a massive backlash within the party. The ramifications of this threat are enormous. Analysts warn that a confrontation between Ramaphosa and Mashatile could ignite an all-out factional war within the ANC, destabilizing governance at the highest levels. Mashatile's network reportedly includes a number of influential provincial leaders, senior parliamentarians, and key party strategists, all of whom could mobilize against any perceived attempt to undermine him. Political commentator Dr. Thabo Makais warns, if Ramaphosa proceeds with this threat, it is not simply a matter of removing an MP. He risks destabilizing the party's entire structure. We could see an unprecedented rupture that weakens the ANC nationally. Opposition parties have been quick to seize on the unfolding drama. The Democratic Alliance, DA, called the standoff a crisis of leadership, accusing the president of prioritizing internal power struggles over the pressing needs of ordinary South Africans. Meanwhile, the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, have described the situation as proof that the ANC is consumed by self-interest, suggesting that public frustration with governance failures is likely to intensify. Experts caution that removing a sitting MP is not a simple matter. Parliamentary rules and constitutional safeguards provide protections for elected officials, meaning that any attempt by Ramaphosa to forcibly remove Mashatile could face prolonged legal challenges. Constitutional law expert advocate Nomsa Dlamini explains, there is a precise legal framework governing the removal of members of parliament. The president cannot act unilaterally. Any misstep could be struck down by the courts and could further damage his political credibility. Some insiders suggest that Ramaphosa's threat may also be a strategic ploy rather than an imminent action. By signaling his willingness to take extreme measures, the president could be attempting to consolidate his influence, send a warning to other dissenting MPs, and pressure Mashatile into negotiating behind closed doors. However, political observers warn that such tactics carry enormous risks, particularly given Mashatile's strong support base. The stakes could not be higher. South Africa is currently grappling with an energy crisis, rising unemployment, economic instability, and public disillusionment with political leadership. Any escalation of a high-profile feud at the top of the ANC risks undermining confidence in government institutions at a time when stability is desperately needed. Public sentiment, already fragile, could further sour if the showdown turns acrimonious, potentially impacting upcoming elections and party cohesion. Despite the brewing storm, Paul Mashatile has remained notably silent in public. Sources suggest he is carefully calibrating his response, consolidating alliances across provinces, and preparing for a potential showdown that could reshape the ANC's power dynamics. Mashatile is a strategist, says one insider. He knows that reacting hastily could be politically fatal. Silence is his weapon right now, as he calculates the next moves of both the president and his allies. The coming weeks are likely to be decisive. Analysts warn that South Africa could be entering a period of unprecedented political turbulence, with potential consequences for governance, party unity, and public trust.